Here's 6 side hustles that can easily replace your job in 2024. And the best part is that most of these can be done from home and you don't need any degrees or certifications for these side hustles. In this side hustle list, we'll focus on 3 criteria for each one: flexibility, pay, and the ability to grow in the career. So first up on the list, remote bookkeeping. This is one of my favorite side hustles because it's easy recurring revenue. It's something that you only have to spend about 1.5 to 2 hours per month per client on. Basically just categorizing expenses for a business and then reporting on those categorizations, right? So every business has transactions that happen every single month, and a lot of business owners lose track of those transactions or they don't want to look at them because money makes them nervous, whatever. There's a lot of reasons why a business owner would need a bookkeeper, but your job is to go in, categorize those expenses, maybe give a little bit of guidance on how those expenses should be categorized moving forward, and then report what's going on to the business owner so they know what they're spending in all the different areas of their business. You're not going to be giving tax advice. You're not going to be giving financial advice. You don't have to have a professional degree to get this done. That's a pretty common misconception. It's true that a lot of accountants do offer bookkeeping services, but one of the things that a lot of accountants don't tell you is they're actually outsourcing those services to bookkeepers that they've hired. So to be a bookkeeper, you really just have to be good with numbers, you have to be organized, and take some kind of bookkeeping training, but you don't have to have a specific certification or a degree, or definitely not an accounting degree. So one of the best things about bookkeeping is that you can find clients anywhere. Any business that has transactions needs to have them categorized. Some business owners have bookkeepers, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them are actually searching for somebody to help them with bookkeeping. I know even in my own business, that was like the first thing that I was trying to outsource to someone else. The great thing about bookkeeping though is that you can work with local businesses and brick and mortar, or you can work with fully online remote businesses. And so it's really up to you who you want to work with. But some good places to look: a chamber of commerce if you want to work with a local business in your area, but also like Upwork, LinkedIn. You can even DM business owners on Instagram and talk to them about your services. The sky's kind of the limit with bookkeeping, which is what makes it really great and really accessible. And there's just tons and tons of potential clients out there. And the economics of this are pretty simple. You can charge $500 to $1,000 per month per client, or way more, $2,000, $3,000 per client every single month. And so if you want to do this as a side hustle, then you're looking at 3 to 5 clients. Like, that's a good side hustle load. But the cool thing about bookkeeping is that you can build out an entire bookkeeping firm of pretty much any size if you wanted to. So if you want something like 10 clients, or you want to have 20 clients, you want to build all the way up to 100 clients, and you want to sell your firm for an acquisition. Like, there's a lot of different ways that you can monetize a bookkeeping business. But the cool thing about it is that you basically create a process, you go after specific clients, and you can stack those clients and then create, as big or small of a firm as you want. So this is a side hustle. We think that 3 to 5 is about the right size. And the last thing that's really great about bookkeeping is that once you get those clients, they're going to stay with you for a very, very long time. The last thing that businesses want to do is get rid of their bookkeeping services because they want to know what's going on with their money. Drop a like to learn more personal finance tips, and subscribe if you want to learn how to make more money. All right, next up on the list, video editing. So this is a super big side hustle right now. I have video editors. All of my businesses have video editors. All of my online business friends have video editors. Obviously, video is huge with the emergence of TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, Reels, and all of that. Like, there's never been a bigger need for video editing than there is now. And it's a great side hustle to get into in 2024. So basically, video editing is editing video and packaging that together for a client. It's that simple. You can get the online education for free. So it's really simple to get into, and you're not going to have a degree or anything like that. You don't need a big background in like Photoshop or anything crazy like that. Like, you can learn how to do this stuff online very inexpensively. It's fully remote. You don't have clients coming in and giving you video. They're going to be sending it to you via Dropbox or Google Drive, something like that. And you're going to edit on your own time, right? You do have to work with deadlines. So you've got to be somebody that's, relatively organized. The clients are going to give you that video and expect that it comes back at a certain point. But usually there's a decent amount of lead time there. So you're not going to just be like turning around video the next day. So you're really able to work on your own schedule of video editing, which makes it a really flexible side hustle. So one of the best ways to get clients with video editing is just outreach, right? Businesses are going to put video up on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, and sometimes it's not going to be very good, right? So you can just reach out to those companies where you see an opportunity and say, hey, I can do your video editing for free, prove it to you, and then we can move forward as a client. And then as you get more established, people are going to see your body of work. You're going to have a portfolio to show them, and you can just sign them directly as clients. So when it comes to how you charge clients, there's a couple different ways to do it. You can charge per video, which is very common. Or if you have a client that wants more steady work, you can charge on a retainer. So you're looking at something like $1,000, maybe more. And then obviously there's full time where you're going to be turning around a lot of video. You're going to be doing a lot of editing. An editor's usually going to earn somewhere around $2,500 a month if you're doing it part-time or contract. But if you want to go full-time, you can easily make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year just being a video editor. So overall, video editing is an awesome side hustle. It's remote. You get to work on your own schedule. You can still stack clients, and you can basically build as big or small of a video editing firm as you want, but it's really flexible and it's pretty easy to get clients. So the next one on the list, DoorDash. And I know that that's not a remote job. It's not a remote side hustle, but it's a really easy, flexible side hustle that you can start pretty quickly. It only takes about 2 weeks to actually become a DoorDash driver once you sign up. The reason we wanted to include this one on the list is that sometimes you don't want to start a full-blown business when you're trying to do a side hustle. Like, you're just trying to make some extra cash. And DoorDash is really good for that. And there are other services too. Uber Eats is one. You can do grocery delivery with Instacart. But DoorDash by far has the biggest market share. And they need more drivers than anyone else. And we work with a lot of delivery services, and we just know the volume that they have. And DoorDash is constantly asking for more drivers, whereas the other ones need them, but maybe not as much, right? So there's a lot of opportunity to drive with DoorDash. And if you look at the company's growth year over year, they're growing at a crazy rate, even after the pandemic. Everybody thought that the delivery services would go away after the pandemic. All they've done is grow. So the best thing about DoorDash is that it's really flexible. You can pick your own hours, you can pick your own schedule, you can sign up to drive in advance. Like, there's a lot of flexibility in it. And when you're done, you're done. You don't have to do it all day long. Another plus to DoorDash is while you're dashing, you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to audiobooks, you can learn about something else that you want to do, a business that you want to start, general personal knowledge that you want to gain while you're doing the side hustle. So it's kind of like a good, mindless way almost to make extra money while you're in your car. The biggest thing you'll need is a car that passes DoorDash's requirements, and you're going to need a clean background check. As soon as you sign up to be a dasher, they walk you through that entire process and let you know what you need to give them to become a DoorDash driver. It's about 2 weeks from sign up to your first dash. As far as pay, DoorDash pays pretty well. So if you're doing it full time, you can do somewhere from $2,000 to $4,000 a month. So the bottom line on DoorDash is just, it's a really accessible, flexible side hustle. You're not going to get rich doing it. You could do it full time if you wanted to, and you can make that $2,000 to $4,000 a month if you wanted a very, very, very low stress job. But the reality is, it's a great side hustle, and it's a great way to just quickly start making some extra money. And then my suggestion would be, use that DoorDash money to go and build something even bigger for yourself that you can really quit your job with later down the road. All right, so next one on the list, digital marketing, very near and dear to my heart. That was the first side hustle that I started back in 2015 after I quit my teaching job. And really, it's a great way to make money. And there are a lot of different things that fall under digital marketing, but all you're doing is helping businesses market online. And there is so much opportunity. If you think about how much the internet has changed from like 2015 to now, every business feels like they have to be online, which means there's basically endless opportunity for you to make money helping them do it. Put simply, digital marketing is just helping a brand get attention online. Some of the different kind of branches of digital marketing are social media marketing, designing funnels for clients, making emails for clients, writing blog posts for clients, creating social media content, running ads, so ad management. There's just a lot of things that go into it. And actually, video editing is a part of digital marketing as well. And so there are a lot of different opportunities. So depending on what you like to do, if you're somebody that's more creative or somebody that's more analytical, there's some piece of digital marketing that would fit for you. And so no matter what discipline you do within digital marketing, companies are going to pay you to just get out in front of people and usually sign up for something or pay for something, right? Like, that's your goal, is just to get a user to do something on the internet that's related to a brand. So one of the great things about digital marketing is that you can do all of the things that I mentioned, where you can be video editing and social media, and you can do ad management. And that's called being a full stack digital marketer. Or you can specialize in one area, right? Like, you can do one thing and scale that up. I've done both, to be honest with you. Being full stack is great if you like doing a lot of different things and you like having a lot of different disciplines to learn. If you want to just do one thing and do it really, really well, you can just focus on one discipline and scale that up. When it comes to pay, there's a pretty wide range in digital marketing because all the services are so different, but you can expect to make anywhere from $500 to $2,500 per month per client, and even more if you're going to do full stack. If you're going to have a full stack client, then that could be something more like $3,000 to $5,000 a month, depending on the services. But really, the gist is that you can make a lot of money doing digital marketing for even just a single client. And the great thing about digital marketing is that you can scale it up a lot. So you can actually get to 7 figures as a digital marketer. And to be honest with you, I started out as a digital marketer, and then I started a blog, which is still a form of digital marketing. And we've scaled to over 7 figures in our business as well. So you can start at 0 and go as high as you want. So if you're someone that wants to have fun work and you like working with people and you like providing results for people, digital marketing is a really, really good service for you to provide. And it's really insanely scalable. scalable. You can make a huge business, or you can keep it really small and keep it as just a side hustle. But if you're looking to replace your income, I would highly recommend getting into digital marketing. So if you're an organized person and you like words, then proofreading is going to be the perfect side hustle for you. And it's not the highest paying side hustle on this list. I'd say it's not at the bottom, but it's probably closer to like the middle of the list in terms of how much money you can make. But it's insanely flexible, and you charge hourly, right? So you only have to put X amount of hours in and you're going to make money. And that's the way it works. Proofreading has been around for a very long time, but really the practice of proofreading is just correcting mistakes, and you're going to give some guidance on how, sentence structure should be, and kind of you think about tone and how your author that you're working with writes, and you're going to basically craft what they do and make it really, really shine. There's a lot of work out there as a proofreader, and actually the cool thing is that AI has made proofreading work even faster. So you're more of the person that's going to go in there and make sure that the tone and the intent is right, but you can even use some tools like AI and Grammarly, ChatGPT to help you make that work go a little bit faster. Another great thing about proofreading is that you don't have to have an English degree to do it. Now, you do need to know how language works, right? Like you need to know the rules, but that doesn't mean that you have to have like an English degree. There's a lot of resources out there to learn proofreading and to learn the English language or Spanish or whatever language you're proofreading in. And it's really one of those things that's just super accessible, right? Like we find that a lot of people like to do proofreading when they're retired or when they're just trying to make a little bit of extra money, $500 a month on the side, something like that. But it's just a great way for people that love words to go out and make money with that knowledge. Another interesting thing about proofreading is it's kind of one of the lesser known side hustles. It's kind of like the secret side hustle. It used to be a bigger side hustle, and it used to be more popular, but then there's been all of the other things we've talked about, video editing and ad management and digital marketing and all of these other kind of like sexier side hustles that have emerged in the last 10 years. But proofreading is still a very viable side hustle. And it's actually great because not as many people are interested in that one at first. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity as a proofreader. And there's still plenty of clients out there that need proofreading for their legal work, for medical documents, like lots of different ways to make money as a proofreader. It's just a great, solid side hustle that's been around for a very long time. It's not the hottest or sexiest one out there, but there's a lot of work out there for you. And if you're somebody that likes words and you like grammar, you like reading, this is a really cool one for you to do. And you can make easily $500 a month or $1,000 a month. And if you scale it up to full time, you can do about $4,000 a month and quit your job. So last one on the list, but probably the most lucrative, copywriting. So copywriting is basically just writing words for people. It's a huge online side hustle, and it's one of the highest paying side hustles out there. I've actually had copywriters quote me $40,000 to write an email sequence and a webinar sequence before, and they get paid that much money. And I've personally paid copywriters $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 to create marketing funnels for me at my businesses. So I know that you can make a lot of money doing this because I've spent a lot of money on copywriting. So copywriting is basically writing words that get people to take an action. And especially in the online space, it's doing things like buy products, sign up for an email list, download a free guide. That's all under the realm of copywriting. And that's why it's so lucrative. You're basically the closest person to the money that there is for the business, right? Like you write something that is directly correlated to ROI for the business, which means you are highly, highly valuable. And it's just one of those things where you aren't just doing things that are taking things off a business owner's plate or something like that. Like you're printing money for business owners, which means that you're going to print a lot of money for yourself as you do that. Another great thing about copywriting is once you learn that skill, you can apply it to your own business if you wanted to. I have plenty of copywriting friends that provide services for businesses. They do copywriting, they do funnels, emails, that kind of thing for other people to make money, but then they also build their own business because they have that skill to print money on demand. And so they kind of double dip, which is a really cool way to make money. And you can start your own business, you can grow your own business, you can provide services for clients. It's a really flexible side hustle or full-time job if you want to make it that. And then when it comes to getting clients, this is actually really similar to video editing. Copywriting is something where you can go and you reach out to businesses because they're putting out emails, they're putting out blog posts, and you can see that and you can see if it's good or not, or you can see companies that aren't doing it at all and offer that service. It's pretty amazing even now that a lot of business owners just don't even know the power of email marketing. They don't know the power of having a blog and doing content marketing. And so you can introduce that to them and help them print more money in their own business, which is going to be an easy sell for you. Another great way to get copywriting clients is what's called beating the control. So if you see that a business is putting out emails or they're putting out blog posts, you can basically come in and say, hey, I can do a better job and I'm going to prove it to you. And so you can create new versions of their emails, new versions of their copy that you find online and say, hey, try this out. If it works, then let's talk about hiring me. If it doesn't, no problem. And the reality is that copywriting has no cap, right? There isn't even an industry standard of what you charge. I've seen everything from people charge hundreds of dollars per email to they charge thousands and tens of thousands of dollars for a funnel. And I've seen things like $100,000 for a full-blown marketing system. Like, there are a lot of different ways to charge money. It's really based on reputation more than anything. Copywriting, you start off small, just like anything else, but as you grow and you get wins for clients, then you can start to command higher prices, right? And the idea is that you charge all of this value. So even if you charge a company $50,000 for a funnel, depending on the company, they can make hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars from that funnel over time. And so it's a pretty easy value proposition for the business owner if you find the right ones. And the other cool thing about copywriting is that revenue share deals are pretty common. So kind of in lieu of like that big fee, like if you want to charge $30,000 for a marketing funnel, if the business owner doesn't have that, you can offer them a revenue share deal where basically they give you a percentage of the sales of that product or service forever, right? It's a great way to position yourself to where you're making recurring revenue on a long-term basis. So if you're someone that's looking for a side hustle that has really high upside and you like the idea of charging a ton of money for projects as you get really good at your craft, copywriting is definitely one to look into. It ties really closely to digital marketing, so there's a lot of transferable skills there. And honestly, just being a good copywriter is learning how to sell. And learning how to sell is probably the most valuable skill that you can ever have in your life. You can apply it to your own business, you can apply it for your clients, but if you learn how to sell, you will never, ever want for money. These are the top 6 side hustles that could help you leave your job in 2024 if, and it's a big if, you execute. You have to go out there and actually do the work, but these can help get you there. This was Bobby Hoyt from Millennial Money Man. See you in the next video.